Yeah, this is looking absolutely crazy, guys. Welcome back. It's Louis Crypto here doing one of my live streams. It's been a long time. I think the last time I did a live stream was, geez, guys, it was a very, very long time ago. Oh, something's going on with my stream. Let me just correct that for you guys. There we go. Drag this down. And then there we go. Now we got it perfect. So yeah, looking at Bitcoin, we're going to look at a whole bunch of things today. Here we've got my list of cryptos over here that we cover on the YouTube channel. So we will be going through all of them. At the moment, we do see, of course, Bitcoin pumping, something that we were talking about earlier today in my updates. So if we head over to the daily time frame, we can see this a little bit clearer. Over the last week, and in fact on this green candle right here, where the direct next day where we had this red candle, initially we did something like this, where we said that there's going to be a bull pennant over here, bullish continuation. There's two targets, two style of targets. So we know we were talking about this what's it called? Falling wedge over here. I'm acting like what's it called, even though I called it from down here to long until there. But yeah, we had this falling wedge formation over here where we had a fake out. I said if all we're doing is coming back to test this 25k previous resistance, now as support. And we can see that we actually bounced from that area right there where I called and said, I said if we can actually re-enter this falling wedge area. I also gave a second falling wedge over here, which made me double bullish over on my Twitter. So if you haven't already, make sure you're following me over on my Twitter. I know a lot of you aren't. If you want to leave any messages in the comment section, do so. We'll look at any cryptos today. We'll of course go through the ones that we cover on the YouTube, like some that we haven't made videos in a while on, like HBAR. We'll make videos on videos. We'll go through HBAR, VeChain, Quant, of course. Shout out to all my Quant people out here. We'll pretty much just go through all of these cryptos over here today. Any others that you want to go through, just let me know in the comment section below. If you want links to find me over on my Twitter, or take action on the course or the mentorship or whatever it is, all you need to do is click those links in the description down below. It's going to bring you over to my link tree. This is where you can follow me over on my Twitter over here. This way you can also private message me. I will update you guys throughout the day over here as well. So the last we were making videos over the last week talking about how Quant was going to dump to 102 if we were not going to break 110. We can see 110 wasn't broken. We dumped all the way down to 102. This is something that we called on the channel. If you were staying up to date last week, we were actually talking about this whole scenario being a potential case if we do not break above 110 for the past 2 weeks. So yeah, it was very nice to see that. It came down to the expected support and it bounced. And this is where we actually grabbed some in the Discord community. I already actually showed everyone the proof of that in my most recent Quant update, which did actually come out today. So if you haven't watched it already, go ahead, leave the stream, come back later, but do go ahead and watch the Quant video first. It's always super duper important. Let me see if there's any notifications. It's not lately, it's always been like that, but whatever. But yeah, so going back to Bitcoin like this, not Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin over here. We're talking about that bull pen at the beginning, at the beginning of last week, and we can see that it did actually break out to the upside the direct next day, and then we came back and flipped this previous resistance into support over here. Then we formed this neckline, so we have a head and shoulders pattern. So you could say that this is a shoulder, head, and shoulder, which we came down to the neckline and failed to break down. I was also talking about this over in my Bitcoin updates. If you're not staying tuned to the Bitcoin updates, I do of course recommend that. Yeah, I will look at B Pro in a second, Jeremiah. I will look at that straight after this for sure. But if you checked out my last Beat Pro update, Jeremiah, I did mention that I needed to come down to a box that I drew out, and you can see very quickly over here, it came down to that box very nicely. But we'll look into Beat Pro in more detail in a second, but we can see that Bitcoin is attempting to break past 31k at the moment, which is a suggestion that we made in the last update. So yeah, breaking out of this falling wedge, creating the reversal wave, we're looking at these as our targets up here. So that's why in the update earlier I was saying 35, 36k. So yeah, the reason why I think I put I forgot what I put in the thumbnail, either 35, 36, but yeah, it's in between those two, isn't it? Look where the 1618 sits, 35,700. And there's two ways of targeting this bull pennant, which we found at the beginning of last week, which was this over here, waiting for breakout, retest right there. As long as you hold above that area, which we can see price was, we're still keeping that valid. Even if we did come down to the downside, whether that was down to here or just test the moving averages at the point of the breakout here, 20 EMA was down here. So even if it came all the way down to there, it wouldn't have been a bull pennant anymore, but it's just a bullish retest of key levels of support, which should never have been broken out of and never been support. Can you see over here to the left, the resistance? Price should have climbed into this area and got rejected. We created the reversal wave. This is showing how bullish Bitcoin truly is. This is great to see it going forward. Essentially, guys, it means that price wants to go ahead and break this high. We've already had attempts of it, and that's why there were a lot of arguments over the last week. Will we roll over? Of course, I prepare you for that. You just wait for the breaks. So we're waiting for a daily closer below that neckline and below the 786. Once you got daily closes beneath both, then you know you're coming down to here. Until daily closes below both, that's not happening, and you're still holding above this, looking to break out. Although this was the previous pennant we were looking at, because we only had those two candles at that time, you can still see that it's valid because this resistance here is still support. But now, instead of using just this little triangle over here, we've drawn out this head and shoulders that we saw on the 4 hour, shoulder, head, and shoulder over here. This was the right shoulder, and we failed to break down over here. I said that we're most likely going to pump from this location, and we need breaks above 31k. We can see that we didn't, and then that's why we came back down to the key levels of support. In my Discord community, I did say to everyone to hold support over here on the 55 moving average on the 4 hour time frame. And I said to everyone to set alerts down here. So yeah, expecting a big reaction, which we got, of course. We did go a lot below. I had a target out of a smaller head and shoulders over here. So this shoulder, head and shoulder, which I called in my Discord community. So yeah, just from the top to the bottom, and just like that on the breakdown, you can see the target was previous support. And then we came down to that exactly. So that was given in the chat. I think I spoke about that briefly on the Bitcoin update, but either way, it was in my chat. And we can see that it kept on failing to lose this, guy. So it's just giving us opportunities, not necessarily that it will, but opportunities to return to the resistance. You can see every time it's returned to the resistance, it hasn't broken. But at least holding this gives us that opportunity. Equally, if this holds as resistance, it gives you an opportunity to come back down here and break it, but not necessarily that it will break it. Moving averages are saying that we should go up. So the expectation is price should eventually break out of this range and head to the upside. When we scale back to the daily time frame, you can draw that pennant a lot easier. So previously it was like this, but as we've had more candles, we can extend it now. So this is pretty much the bullish continuation pattern. Now there's two ways of getting this target, and yeah, we'll move on very swiftly to the other updates in a second. But just to finish off with the Bitcoin, once we're done with Bitcoin, we're done. We're not coming back to Bitcoin unless something crazy is going on. Maybe set an alert. I'll maybe set an alert here right now. So while we're on the other charts, yeah, let's set an alert there. If it breaks that high, we'll come back to this chart. But yeah, so there's two ways of getting this target. One through this point to that point. This is your more conservative target, putting it on the breakdown like this, breakout, sorry. So the lowest support before the breakout. So seeing that there on the neckline, that's where we want to put it, unless otherwise you can put it there. It's completely down to you. You try and test it. More so, you're going to get more success being more conservative, of course. Now there's a more aggressive target, and that's taking it from the low to there, where we entered that body close right there. Put that either here or there. It's down to you. I'm going to put it here because this is already a more aggressive target, so I'm going to be more conservative with the placement over here. This is calling for a 36k or 35,900. So that's why I initially put 35k in my title. Maybe I changed it now, but yeah, that's why I initially put it there. But yeah, we can see now over here that we did, of course, well, we're looking to break out to the outside to meet these targets anywhere between 34 and 30. Well, let me just double check that again from here to there. Put it on the break. Sorry if you can hear my dog. She's literally under the desk in the office. 33.5 to 36k. So yeah, 33.5 to 36k. This 2.5k area is our technical target out of this falling wedge. Sorry, falling wedge and bull pennant. We met the falling wedge target, but the bull pennant. I just want to look one more time on the lower time frames. yeah, look at that. On the 15-minute, we did just break out a lot of momentum. We're not seeing much wicks to the upside. Look at that bullish hammer over here. So looking for that trend continuation while above all these key moving averages. So the expectation is, hopefully, while this live stream does happen, we try and actually break out of this right now. Maybe hit that alert. Let me know in the comment section what crypto we want to now move on to. Completely down to you guys. I will literally go in order of importance, but Jeremiah has requested Beat Pro, so we will look at Beat Pro, and then maybe after that look at Quant, unless there's any of these that you want to look at, or any other cryptos that we either looked at in the past, or yeah, or any new cryptos in general at all. So just let me know in the comment section. Let's head over to Beat Pro now for Jeremiah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you do hit the like. Only 6 likes, but 15 of you watching. Thank you guys so much. I do appreciate you spending your day coming and watching this stream. Again, I haven't done this in a while, but I have done it in the past. So let me know in the comment section as well whether you want to see more of this. I think it's easier for me to do live streams and analyzing all these cryptos in one go than posting 20 updates. You see over here, there's a whole bunch of cryptos. It's quite impossible to analyze these and do videos on these absolutely every single day on each one of these. But I'll do the main ones, and if anything's interesting happening, so for like Quant, for example, and Bitcoin. Other than that, yeah, no worries. We will look at HBAR in a second. And yeah, shout out to Vinay over there, Vinay Mystery. He said, shout me out. There you go, shout it out. But yeah, we will look at a whole bunch of other coins. Yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, it is quite tough to do 20 videos a day, of course. It would be for anyone. So that's why I'm pretty much thinking about starting to do live streams. I will make videos on Quant, Bitcoin as usual. If anything's important on HBAR or VeChain or Gala is going on, I'll make videos on that. Otherwise, I will just make a live stream where we cover all of these, and then you can just flick through, whether that's during the live stream going back or after the live stream is done. You can just flick through and check out all of those yeah, all the TA on those coins. But yeah, checking out Beat Pro over here. In the last Beat Pro update, we were, let me get rid of this so you can see a full screen. So yeah, in the last Beat Pro update, which was quite a while back now, maybe 2 weeks ago, 1 week or two, we were up here. And my suggestion is that we're coming into a resistance point right now. I think, in fact, we were up here. No, we were up here during the video, and I said that it's most likely just a bearish retest. And because we're breaking out the same day that we're tapping the 55 daily EMA for the very first time, it makes sense to get rejected from this point, as well as have a daily candle close below this, because this is, look over here, since breaking down, this is the first tap of that orange moving average. So it's going to be strong. It needs to prove to us that it is resistant. So even though it pushed through, it tested another resistance, obviously rejected that point, but because it's the first ever touch of this area, that is simply why we dumped. Okay, so what we needed to do was find where we were going to dump to. I already marked it out in the previous Beat Pro update. You can go check it out. You just go on you just type in Beat Pro Louis Crypto, it's the most recent one, or try and find it through all those videos that I do post daily. But yeah, we came exactly down to there, as we predicted in the last Beat Pro update. Maybe I'll try and actually look for it right now. So I'm going to bring up the video for you guys right now. Just give me a second. Yeah, I've got it here. Sorry if it says anything. Here we go. So yeah, this is the last Beat Pro update. Oh no, I'm sure. No way. No, I'm sure I've made a more recent Beat Pro video. What the hell? Ah! It was the day. It was the day I recorded like 7 videos. Oh, I'm so annoyed, and I didn't post it. Ah, damn it, that is embarrassing. It is. It's probably in my folder over here. But anyway, it was already marked out on the chart. I'm so sorry, Jeremiah. I thought I thought I already posted that video. Oh, I'm so annoyed that it was that day where I went crazy, posted like 7, 8, 9 videos, and it got so late. It was like 11 p.m. and I'm like, oh, I forgot to post a bloody Beat Pro one. But hey ho, it came back to the expected support. I did this on a lot of other cryptos as well. Like I shared with you guys a lot of supports that price needs to come down to. For example, over here on HBAR. So the same day that I made the HBAR video suggesting that price needed to come down to here, I think VeChain it as well, down to here. Like, I just forgot to upload the Beat Pro video, but look at that, it was beautiful. Essentially what we could see over here, let me just take my jacket off quickly, but essentially what we're seeing over here is like a inverse head and shoulders pattern, or a double bottom, or whatever you want to call it. There's multiple bullish patterns over here. what we are interested in is the fact that this was support. We lost it, reclaimed it, came to a previous resistance, understand that we have to reject it, as well as the 55 moving average being here. Then we come back to key levels for support, and there we go, we're holding it. I'm so annoyed I didn't post that video now. I feel like an idiot, but we'll move on. We can see that I held that area very nicely. Yeah, what should we move on to next? So yeah, inverse head and shoulders, break out of here, break out the 55, we're coming back up to here. Sorry, Jeremiah. And yeah, for anyone else interested in Beat Pro. So yeah, this would be, again, we're at the 55 now, is resistance. Wouldn't be surprised if it closes below. We need Bitcoin to push through. Let's wait for that alert to get hit. Hopefully it hits in this video. So yeah, potential 17 to 23%, or 24% pump over here. But look, this is the problem. I posted in my Discord community earlier today, so I'll bring you over to it. Again, all the links you need, whether you want to join it or not, are in the description down below. FTM, Beat Pro, Gala, VeChain, HBAR all need to reclaim the clearest day neckline of the descending triangle on each chart. That is the closest with all the bullish news I've been speaking about in the recent videos. So here we had fact. We're going to cover all of these cryptos, don't you worry. But can you see how we're coming back to this previous neckline over here? It's looking good at the moment. Look at this rally over here. But there's resistance in the way with the moving averages. We've got 200 EMA, even though it's above this, which would suggest that we could get up to there. This is keeping us in a downtrend. So potentially it could throw you back underneath and continue down. Hopefully not. But yeah, we'll look into that. The same with Beat Pro over here. Oh yeah, that's what we're covering right now. Look at that in the chat. It was at the support. So Beat Pro's pumped loads today. What the hell? Didn't even realize. At least I'm invested in it. So I got that pump anyway, but didn't expect it to pump. What was it up now? 10%. It was up 16% earlier. Nice. So yeah, from that support in the chat, if you saw it in the chat, if you are, I don't know how many of you watching are actually in the chat. Some of you definitely. But yeah, you can see over here, held the support, looking for that continuation up and break through these moving averages. Then we've got to move up into this area, but look, the 200 EMA. So it's still suggesting, even though we've broken out of this falling wedge with targets all the way up here, I think from the breakout, it's like 150% move. This is what's standing in the way, about 50% of the way. I think that's at, like, from this point to there, that's a 50% gain. And so at that point, look, we've got key moving averages suggesting that this is key resistance. So we just need to be careful in that area when it comes to Beat Pro. Let me know in the comment section below, well, what other cryptos you want to look at right now. But we got HBAR from Raymart. We've got Eric over here asking for Reef. I haven't covered Reef on the channel, but I've known about it since 2021. Because I had a group before YouTube. I already was teaching people, which was so funny. So I started this in 2019. 2020 came around. End of summer started to come around. So already about 1 year and a half into learning. Then I was just doing Forex at the time, and my mates were just saying, look, Louis, I want you to push me onto this Forex thing. And I was just getting into crypto, started to learn. Like, I didn't have any money whatsoever at the time. If I was putting money into crypto, it's into Bitcoin, and it's only a few £100, if not 1K at most at that time in 2019. And then I had like a handful of people, maybe teaching 3 people, all friends or friends or friends, 3 to 5 people. And then I was like, forget about Forex. I know you want to trade, but forget about Forex. You need to get into crypto. Then I started to look into VeChain, XRP. VeChain was 1 cent, XRP was 20 cent. Ethereum was like $300. Bitcoin was like 10, 15K, around there. I was telling them, get into them. None of them wanted to listen. Eventually, by the end, like by the beginning of 2021, I had a group chat with 50 people, all people that I knew, like no social media presence at all, guys. Didn't have a YouTube, didn't have anything. It was just friends and friends and friends. And I had like 50 people in the group chat. Reef was one of those coins back then, like TRIAS was. We had TRIAS back in 2021, Beat Pro back in 2021, but the coins were so high, guys. It was ridiculous. But yeah, for example, we were in Matic from 38 cent. We were in Solana from $16. We were in Polkadot from $6. Yeah, we got into a load of cryptos really, really, really early. But yeah, we'll move on to HBAR now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Honestly, it's ridiculous that you guys are even here. Really do appreciate it. Let me go through the comments real quick. Nice to be able to catch up. Thank you, Tommy. You're always commenting on my things. Yeah, so I really do appreciate the constant support. Can you talk about expected target for VeChain? We'll look at VeChain for sure. Thanks for live streaming. No worries, Eric. I will do this more often for sure. And yeah, Jeremiah, no worries. The Beat Pro analysis is done. You know, it's just like any chart with HBAR, V-chain, they're all coming into this previous resistance over here, previous support now as resistance. And we can see already with HBAR over here, rejecting it, coming back to the key level of support, which I mentioned in my last HBAR update. Because I tried to show you Beat Pro, the last Beat Pro video, I was like, oh, in my last Beat Pro video, I called this support exactly. And then I tried to show you guys the Beat Pro video. There was no Beat Pro video there. I recorded the video, forgot to upload it, but I wasn't chatting shit. I'll show you the HBAR update just to prove that I wasn't. Oh, that's actually so funny. So yeah, there we go. This was HBAR, the last HBAR video. This is what we were essentially calling for. So we got rejected right over here. So we did that path. Coming back down, I'm expecting the 1414, that area right there between the 1272 and the 14, to come down, test its support, create like an inverse head and shoulders, if you want to call it. Whether you want to use this as your left shoulder, your head, and this being your right shoulder, or this being the left shoulder, head, and right shoulder over here. Doesn't really matter. If you're using this as your left shoulder, you've got a much larger bullish target. They're both valid, so you've got two targets essentially. This is the last video. We will go into it very quickly. Well, not the video, but we'll analyze the chart very quickly. But we're just going through the video for proof that I did actually call that support, because I was trying to say that I did it with Beat Pro and I didn't have a Beat Pro video to show you because I just forgot to upload it. But look at that, guys. Oh, let me just quickly find out. Let me just 1 second, guys. I need to find where that 1414 was coming from. Okay, yeah, I found it. Okay, beautiful. So come back onto the chart right now. So I got that those targets from this point to that point, because once this low is lost here, you're losing structure. You're breaking this potential, you know, from this point, potential uptrend. If you're losing this low, we've got a lower low. That's not an uptrend. That's not higher low. That's a lower low. That's a downtrend. So we look at these targets over here and we can see very nicely, did we come into the 1414 exactly? Not exactly, but thank goodness I didn't just put a line. Thank goodness I drew an area which I was expecting to come down. I think it was because we had previous wicks on the left over here. That is probably the main reason why we did actually draw this area a bit larger. Essentially, I hate lines, guys. I hate lines. If you're gonna draw lines, it's like the last point of support. And like, let's say, oh, we're expecting to HBAR to break out of here. I would want this exact line right here to be broken. 7, 8, That's how I use single lines. Otherwise, I'm always using boxes, because support and resistance is always areas, even trend lines, guys. So let's say we drew a trend line over here. Just completely random, straight like this. And then sometimes maybe over here it's not getting it exactly. If you zoom in a little bit, can you see it's not touching it exactly? But we know that this is a valid trend line. Why? Because it's touched here, here, here. It missed it here, but it touched it here. Can you see how it missed it right over here? But there's a rejection there. So even with trend lines, upwards trending, downward trending, as I said with resistances and supports, I like to draw areas unless it's like the furthest out point. So you could even argue you could do something like that with the furthest out wick, but we'll leave it like this for now. I'm going to show you something that I tend to do in my own time, so a little mentorship for you guys, or whatever you want to call it. I would use a parallel channel, because look, we're missing out so many taps of resistance where, okay, we were going up. What sent us, what made that big red candle? We were going up. What made this big wick rejection when I'm expecting this trend line to be tapped? So what I do is I draw a parallel channel and then I drag it down like this, essentially, guys. So support and resistances, they're areas. I hate the middle line. My students like it, but yeah, I hate it, so I get rid of it. But yeah, that's when I show them. But yeah, you can see, look, this previous resistance on HBAR has now been broken. So technically speaking, we've broken out of a multi-month downtrend that's begun since February. So literally the last 6 months, we've been trending downwards. This is a big statement, okay? You need to understand that this is a big statement. Of course, there's a lot of work to do. As I showed you in my Discord community, all those posts, let's just go back to them briefly. Look, all need to reclaim the clear as day, that purple neckline over here. It's on every single chart. In all of those that's mentioned over here, need to reclaim it. That is all dependent on Bitcoin. Let's just double check what Bitcoin's saying. 31k, so it's still trying to break out. Okay, so what HBAR needs to do, again, as I was in the chat, is break through this area. This is something where we something that happens when we go ahead and invalidate the reversal wave. So what has unfortunately happened, and should not have, if we wanted to go up from this point, is a loss of this area. The reason why it's marked out as purple is because you can see these two gold lines here. So technically I could have dragged it down to here, the gold box, but we can see the last wick rejection there. So that's why I only drew it to there. But essentially, guys, this is the golden pocket. I've measured this big wave up to find where it retraces to before it continues on its bullish path, because that's what truly should happen over here. Did it? No. So what's happened now? The reversal wave has been created. Price is trying to come down to there. We're yet to invalidate that, although we've now broken out of a 6-month downtrend, which is extremely bullish. All we need to do, push through this area, golden, okay? Flipping support, golden. Until those very moments, we can see that this rally up here, which I called from exactly down there. Let me know in the comment section below if you remember the video where I said this is previous support. We lost it, we reclaimed it, held it as support right there, and that is why I'm expecting from this exact price over here to go up. Please let me know in the comment section right now if you tuned into that HBAR update, obviously a while ago now, but we were calling for the pump into the 20, and I said essentially if we get above the 20, we're trying to head to the 200. What stands in the way is the 55. Look at that exactly, guys. It's ridiculous. We didn't hit the 200, unfortunately, but the 55 stood in the way of us getting there. We saw it actually within the same day getting up there before the daily candle closed below the 55. What was I saying with Beat Pro? It needs to show us that this is resistance. So that's why we wick rejected like that nastily. Come back to key area support. I know a lot of you would have been scared. But Louis, you talk about moving averages and how they hold a support and resistance, and just like the 55, you should say it's resistance. Why is it not happening with the 20 over here support? There's always more to it than just the black and white rules, guys, okay? So yeah, if we got rid of the drawings, just looking at moving averages, support is lost. You want to start a downtrend. Below the 20, we go in a downtrend. Above the 20, we go in an uptrend. 20 is the purple one. Below the 20, downtrend. Above, uptrend. And so we're above it. We're meant to continue with the uptrend. Why is this going below? Because it's testing those key levels of support. You have to look to the horizontal supports, because this is acting as like a trend line. That's what the moving averages for me are, trend lines. And I hate trend lines. I hate everything, guys. I hate trend lines. Why? Because you could lose a trend line and still be bullish. You could lose an uptrending trend line and still be bullish, because it's not only about diagonally uptrending supports. There's horizontal ones. So although we lost this support, uptrending support, you came back down to look to the left. Structure gives us clues to previous support. So it didn't matter that we lost an uptrending one. That's why I tend to use horizontal supports. So for HBAR right now, pretty much as I called in the last video update, we're expecting price to come into this area and from this point to come back up. This was an arrow that I drew in the last update. What I can also do to help you out is, remember we created the reversal wave by losing these orange lines. It means that it wants to come down to here. This is what I said on all those cryptos, but VeChain was actually the only one that completed that, fulfilled that criteria by losing this area and coming down to the target. Look at that bounce from that. Absolutely insane. So that's actually what should happen, because we lost the 1 fib level. Price should go down. If you ever reclaim it, you get pulled like a magnet to here. That's what we've seen. So let's go back to HBAR over here. And so yeah, we failed to retrace all the way back down to that low. That's totally fine. Some cryptos did it like VeChain. I was calling it for all of them. Didn't happen. We found why. We called it actually from this point over here anyway. So originally, as we were coming down, we were calling for that. When we were right there, we said we were coming back up. But just bearish retest, we're seeing that at the moment. There's still risk of this. But in the last day or so, we've held that support, which I marked out. This is incredible, guys. So what we now need to see going forward, continue breakout. Look, we're holding that 20 EMA over here. Can you see how there's two moving averages? So that I don't usually use this blue one in my videos. So you guys are getting free mentorship. There's a lot of stuff you might have noticed in the charts as well over here. There's a load of other fib levels. You might be like, what the fuck? And oh, I don't even know if I can swear in these live streams, but it's done now. KO if it's demonetized. But anyway, you might be like, what the F? Where are all these levels coming from? It's just things that I teach in the course and the mentorship. It's just way too confusing to constantly tell you guys about everything. I already have to explain these, and these are confusing enough for the new people, because when I'm making these videos, I'm doing it as if I'm talking to people that are new around here. So I like to explain what the things that I'm using are, unlike a whole bunch of YouTubers. So yeah, if that's something that you do like, yeah, you can learn a lot of free stuff, of course, here. It might help you become consistent. might have helped a lot of people already. It might not. If you want to become consistent, you can just private message me over on my Twitter. Otherwise, do just carry on watching these videos. You will learn a lot. The reason why I give out so much information is because that's what I wish I had. It was so long to find a mentor. Even so after finding a mentor, a lot of the things he taught me was wrong. We'll just go through the chat again, but yeah, expectation is just break through the 618 Fibonacci. We're looking to test this 0.5. I guess the reason why I had this arrow over here and something that I can show you as well. So we're trying to invalidate the reversal wave that created, that's calling for downside, and to do so we need this inverse head and shoulders here to play out and break out to the upside, reclaiming all these levels, the golden area, the purple box, and flipping into support. Oh gosh, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Because I've got so many things plugged in at the moment. Let me just check what my battery is on exactly. But yeah, I might have to cut the stream short in a bit because I've got two screens. Okay, no, F it. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, you're lucky. It's charged. So I can stay around a bit longer, but I had to turn off my second screen. But yeah, over here. Yeah, so what I wanted to show you, we're trying to invalidate that. I just showed you the path. We need to flip this into support, but going from this point to this point, you can see, if I get rid of those fibs for now, you can see that we did continue to the 1618 target, and that is why we called for this to be the area that we bounced from, to go up from. And we called that very nicely. We're seeing that to be the case as well. So what we now need to continue to see is price reclaiming that golden pocket I showed you, but also this level over here is of importance. When we lost this, we validated these targets. We met the targets. We reversed after meeting the targets, but we used it as resistance. This is not a good thing, guys. But as long as you don't lose this low now and find support higher than that, higher than this low, we need a higher low, higher than this low. We found this support a little bit higher. We've created a higher low and we started to go up. So we really need to see price get above 5435, and then we will get like an automatic pump, like a magnet, towards this area. I do understand the 200 EMA is there, but ignoring moving averages, price action alone, things that I've seen 1 million times just from like almost half a decade experience now, we can see that usually when you do reclaim the 1 fib level, you get pulled like a magnet to this area, whether that's just to the 618. Let me just double check that where the 200 EMA is. No, it's not on the 6.5. Okay, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, so but anyway, into this area over here. Maybe you struggle at first, maybe something like this, and then go up and meet it, maybe get rejected first. But you just need to hold where we are now, finding resistance. If we do get up into the 200 EMA, as low as, yeah, you just need to hold that area essentially. So that's pretty much it on HBAR. I can't even check the chat now because it was on my second screen and that's now off the charge of my laptop. But you know what? Fuck it. I said it again, guys. I know. I don't think you're allowed to swear on these live streams. I'm so awful at this, but it's gonna sound different. I'm gonna unplug my mic because I need both of my screens, and yeah, I don't really care about using the mic at the moment. You might just need to bump up the volume, but I'd rather keep actually going through this with you guys than end the stream right now, because yeah, I'd have to end the stream now if I don't charge it. But yeah, just give me a second. Hopefully this works, guys. Okay. That should be working, but I need you to comment below, and it's delayed as well. So whenever you do hear this, I need your help, guys. I need to know if you are actually still hearing this. Otherwise, there's no point of me carrying on. But let me just go through the chat. We've gone through HBAR. What is everyone else saying? Will Quan ever go below $100 again? We'll look at that because that is really interesting me. Oh, lovely. Thank you. Yeah, so Nick, don't worry. We're going to do that right now. Yeah, lovely, guys. Thank you. Because I just unplugged my mic. Oh my gosh, brain farting right now. I couldn't find Quan. I was hovering over it. So yeah, will it go under $100 again? So at the moment, no. Because, well, it's yes and no, and that's so annoying. Sounds like sitting on the fence, but it is just how it is. It's all dependent on Bitcoin, isn't it? If Bitcoin breaks out of 31k, heads to 34, 35, 36k, then most definitely we're done. And because, sorry if you can hear Ivy below me, and the reason is because if Bitcoin were to go to 36k, I'm expecting this to be flipped into support. And this is of importance because this is the neckline of the head and shoulders pattern. shoulder, head and shoulder. And so many of you had enough. I've had enough. That's why I haven't been talking about it anymore. I've had enough of this chart, mate, with the head and shoulders. The amount of hate. So prepare, of course, we're prepared. I've got loads of DCA levels below. This has, of course, been one of them. 102 has been one. 107, 108. It's not yet tested, but that's what I'm waiting for a pullback to. Yeah, I'll look at Casper after. I haven't looked at that before, but I'm pretty sure with Casper, sorry guys about Quant, very quickly, any coins that are on KuCoin solely, so I think Casper might be, I might be wrong, I've never looked into it. No, okay, no, this one's fine. You got it on other exchanges, but unfortunately, coins like TRIAS, Vio, Beat Pro, Naka, is Naka just on KuCoin? Nakamoto Games? Ones that are just on KuCoin, there's a big question mark over. Look at TRIAS, incredible coin. Nice volume for the market cap that it is. Very small market cap. Many of you watching this probably don't even know what TRIAS is. Look up into it. I knew about TRIAS at $30 when it was in 2021. It's currently like $4, so it's got a lot of growth to do, and it's going to probably go into $100 plus in the upcoming bull market. But there's question marks over it. Let me just check what other chain it's on. Look, you don't need to hold it on ETH, so screw the fees. You can just do it on the Binance Smart Chain if you're having it in a Trust Wallet or MetaMask or whatever it is. But the problem with here, look where the volume's coming from. 85% is from KuCoin, because who the hell wants to use Pancake Swap? I'd rather, well, if it's with, but yeah, Binance Chain, to be fair, it's fine because no fees really, but Ethereum, no thank you. But the problem is, guys, we hear that, well, we know now with KuCoin, KYC. The news with the KYC is coming out. Here we go. July the, don't know the exact date. Here we go. July 15. Know your customer. So every single person will need to do it. And I'm pretty sure that would just kill off the American market. We know that most of the people that are in crypto are from there. Obviously, not everyone in the world is from America, so it's not going to affect the entire world. But I'm guessing that majority of the people invested into coins on KuCoin are going to be from America. So what is going to happen to those cryptos like your TRIAS, like your Vio over here, and stuff like that? Another gem, 23 million market cap only on... Oh, never mind for Vio, but the ones that are just on... Let me check Nakamoto Games. See, all of these coins, I might not make videos on them constantly, but I've known about them for like 2 years now, 2021. So yeah, Nakamoto is fine, it's on Mexi, but TRIAS, big question marks. What is going to happen? Okay, heading back to Quant. Question was $100. So, okay, there's two ways of looking at it. So if you're focused on this head and shoulders pattern, then yeah, it's likely that it happens. But I look at it another way, in that while holding $100, which is a psychological level, and so that while price is above right now, 109, 100 being support, you have to have the belief that we won't go through, because in the definition of support, it's the bottom of the market. Yeah, we can prepare for it, and that's why for, well, how many months now? November, 9 months, 8 and 9 months ago, well, even 9-10 months, something like that, all the way back. Maybe it was even in October when FTX capitulated. I said, guys, it's going to be a dead cat bounce, because how deep this is, you need to come back halfway, and that's a dead cat bounce scenario where you then eventually return back down to the low, and then if the low is lost, we're going to those targets: 77, 83, 77, 50. Because if you measure from this point up here, put it on the break of this area, it targets 50. I'm not saying it's going there. This is what I hate in the videos as well. I am just the messenger. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I don't care what happens, guys. If there's things saying it's bullish, I'm going to say it's bullish. But that might not be my personal belief. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm going to tell you, I'm just the messenger, essentially. I don't really care what happens. So this is holding a support, because you're DCAing all the time anyway. If it goes lower than this, to be honest, great. In the same time, no, my money's going down. But at the same time, yes, long term, this is great. So just being prepare for it. When you invest, don't invest way too much. I just DCA what you can afford at that very moment, essentially. But also not everything, so that if we do get another dip a few days later, yeah, you know, so essentially over here, every time we came into this area and bounced, we bought. So that's why you wouldn't go all in. For example, how many times did we come into this area? In the chat, I said every single time it gets into this area, leaves and comes back to this area, you need to be, well, I need to be buying it. Nothing's financial advice, can't tell you what to do. It's all for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, that is what I was doing. Every time it came into here, that was a buy, that was a buy. And like you can see 2-3 days later, that was also a buy. So you can't be using up all your money. Again, at the same time though, you never know if it's going to come back down into that area again. We just got lucky multiple times. Pretty much we've been getting very lucky in and around over here. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Make sure you are liking if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're not. And yeah, if share these the live stream or the updates if you want. I'm going to be doing more live streams. For anyone new tuning in now, I'm going to be doing more live streams. It's much easier to cover all the cryptos in one shebang, live stream or video, whatever you want to call it, than doing like 20 videos daily and not having the time to do 20 separate videos, editing 20 separate videos, editing 20 separate thumbnails, 20 separate titles, and then leaving 1 hour before posting each one so that the one I've just posted can actually perform. The algorithm is awful, but anyway, yeah, I think it's much better if we do just continue to do live streams. I will make updates like on Bitcoin daily YouTube videos, but if there's anything else of importance, like if HBAR is breaking out, I'll make a HBAR video. Otherwise, I will try to keep doing these live streams. I think it's quite cool at the same time. But yeah, over here, for the people asking about $100 quant, while this is support, the belief is no, we're not going down below. But with the risk, while still below this head and shoulders over here, there are still chances. Every time we reach this resistance could be a good sell point to come back down to this support. As this is still support, we should get bought up. So really and truly, it's only going to continue down. Like if something drastic happens with Bitcoin. Right now, we're seeing Bitcoin is effing off. It keeps going up and up and up. It does not give a poo about anyone else. The altcoins are left in, like, they're being left in the past. They're not getting dragged up with it. It's Bitcoin season. It's not altcoin season right now. So we need something very drastic to happen. I would think that as we had this falling wedge, quant did not lose $100 when it was down here. I think if we want to lose $100, Bitcoin needs to do something nasty like that. And then, yeah, maybe we do lose $100 for quant. If this is not happening, 94 to 100 was our lowest point for quant. And that's, yeah, that's why essentially every time it's come down into here, I've been buying with the belief while it is support, it's the bottom. If it's lost, I've already prepared you guys with the levels below, $77 to $83, and that's just another level to DCA. Otherwise, this is our support. The expectation is $100 is going to hold, and what we're now waiting to do is to break above this resistance. Once that is done out of the way, do you see this 200 EMA here on this head and shoulders neckline? So as I mentioned earlier, I hate lines. If you have that line, you're not getting these taps. We don't do that. We want to get those taps, so we extend the line. If I'm drawing a neckline, the reason why I move this like this initially is because if I'm drawing a specific line, I'm going through the bodies, body, body. Then I'll extend it to that wick, extend to the future. Look at that. Where previously it wasn't catching at all, now it is. I guess you can say this is being missed out, but we're not done going up here, I don't think. Yeah, we're coming back down in short term, we'll go up. I'll zoom into the lower time frames, but what I was trying to get at is we're holding this support, we're trying to invalidate this, and once we break through this area over here, flip this area into support, like this is the only thing standing in the way. That old neckline where I call this double bottom, where I call this head and shoulders, over here. And then, yeah, when we came back up to here, I said it again, you can short it again. So 131, 132. Get through that, there's no arguments anymore, really. It's straight up. Essentially, I guess there's going to be one more resistance above that, but let me use my special fibs. So anyone watching now, keep it quiet. This is for the students. This is not in the YouTube videos. So anyone that's joining the live streams, you're lucky day for you. So these these are yeah, look at that confluence on this 5-2 fib with the 2. So yeah, that's saying that that's going to be a resistance. So it's pretty much like an area from like between these 2 points. And then drag it back just to double check all of this. In the past, yeah, look at that. All those people out here, probably the, what's it called? Order blocks or something like that. Last red candle, different color candle before the pump. So yeah, come back down to there. It's essentially saying, yeah, it did. And then, yeah, so that's going to be a resistance in the future. We see the rejections over here. And then there's another level, 188 up. That's actually a level I was talking about a long time ago, guys, from here to there. You remember? I was saying we could, as we were down here in December, November, December, I was saying we can go all the way up to the 786 and still get rejected and go down. It's because that is sitting there. But shh, keep it quiet. Don't let the other people know. That's for the students. But yeah, that's quite funny. We'll get rid of those fibs. Yeah, $190. Just need to push through that essentially, and then we know we're no arguments. We're onwards and upwards towards $300 for quant. But yeah, there's a lot of work to do, as you've just been like noticing. There's a lot of work to do before that. We need to go through all of these levels. Look, there's even other fib levels here. 886. Where's this? 702. So yeah, look, $212 over here. Let me check the 886. 886, $328. Look at that, guys. Oh, all these secret Fibonacci levels. This is what you're missing out if you're not doing the course or the mentorship. But I guess you guys just got it for free, right? And all the other moving averages that I have. It's because in the videos I want to keep it simple. It's too much to constantly explain. But I guess because it's a live stream, it's more laid back. I can just chill out. Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of moving averages. Yeah, if you're not using the EMA ribbon, I definitely suggest doing so. EMA ribbon. Crypt is going to give you a whole bunch. So look over here. Look, I've got so many, I can just turn them all on. But these are the ones I have in the videos, and you can see there's a few more that I use in my personal, in the chat and in my personal trading, like those Fibonacci levels. But yeah, obviously the ones that I show in the videos are the ones that I was personally taught. The ones that I don't, you know, I just found like, yeah, through the process. I've been doing this nearly 5 years now, so along the way I found like a whole bunch of new things that wasn't taught to me, that, you know, just trial and testing, like that 0.52 fib. I didn't learn that anywhere, guys. The 0.65, yes. The 0.52, no, I literally got that out of my bum, honestly. But you saw the confluence over here lined up exactly with that. So it's tried and tested. I'm not just going to use something if I haven't tried and tested it for a while. But yeah, use that EMA ribbon. It's going to give you 8 moving averages. You just select your inputs over here, and then you do the style and whatnot. But, oh, didn't mean to do that. How do I get rid of that? Oh, it's whatever. So yeah, let me zoom in now to the 1 hour, then we'll move over to the next cryptos. So yeah, I sent an alert down here. I think during the video I was saying I'm waiting for this area. If it doesn't get tapped because there's a support over here, it's whatever. So literally we did bounce from there. We didn't get a tap of that area, which is annoying, but I'll still wait for it. The alert's still there. If we ever do come down into there, that's where I'll buy. Simply because I think by the time it comes down, the 200 EMA would drag up. And that's what I'm expecting. If we do go to the 200, you can see that we were beneath the 55. That was keeping the uptrend. We lost it, we reclaimed it. Now we continue the uptrend. It failed to make higher highs, lower highs. So it gave us another go at trying to lose it. We just came back into previous support. On the second attempt, double bottom. One bottom, neckline, second bottom, breakout. Waits for $111. So we need to wait for $111 to be broken. And then we've got a bullish pattern that is tradable. And I know there's not a lot of places you can leverage trade quant. I think I used to be able to do it on Femex. I don't think you can do it on the too many major exchanges, but don't need to leverage, guys. Let's just check what, it's not going to be a lot, is it? Let's just check from down here because it's the 1 hour time frame, so it's not much. 3.5%. So if you got that every single day for a year, then yeah, incredible, but otherwise no point. You're going to be in quant anyway, so it's just an investment. That's going to go to $113. That's just giving further confluence. What we were saying over the last 2 weeks is that if we make this reversal wave that breaks past $110 and we flip this all into support, now you know why I was saying $110 the whole week as well, guys. It wasn't actually the 6.5. It is there as well, but I was just using 110 because it's psychological level. We like to look for confluence. That was the 0.65 also being there. So yeah. Broke through, reversal wave is created. All you now need to do is hold above 107 as support. That's why we were saying 107 in the update earlier today. That just needs to be held as support. But the expectation is whether we come down lower now or not, or even if we come down lower or not, the expectation is that we do break out to the upside. We just found a 1 hour double bottom with a target of $113. And over the last week, even when we scale back all the way to the weekly time frame, look where the 20 moving average is sitting, $113. So further confluence, guys. Everything's pointing at this area wanting to be retested. Maybe a little bit lower now as the weeks have gone by. This is dragged down. But initially, we made that video over here at the beginning of this week, suggesting that price was going to come to there. And at that very moment, it was at 114, 115. It's just, of course, as the weeks gone by, taking so long, waiting for that reversal wave to be created, where we found all this resistance now being flipped into support. That's what we were waiting for. Now that's been created, we need to hold this previous resistance as support, which is why I've set alerts down there if we do actually manage to get down there. And then I'll look to, for price to continue up. If we ever do dump from this location, we've been using 102. So 102, 105. If we do lose the 107, 102, and 105 are our supports. Okay, I'm done with quant now. Get this out of my face. Can you do Casper? Wait. Terry, are you still there? Because if you're not there, I'm not doing Casper. Terry, if you're there, let me know now. If you're not, well, okay, while we're waiting for that reply, we'll look at... Hey, what's up, Louis? I think alts are due to run this week. Yeah, correct. That's, of course, Bitcoin is breaking out. Yeah, Terry's still here. Love it. So Casper, yeah, we'll do Casper right now. Apologize, Terry, for procrastinating and waffling, but we're getting there in the end. So first time looking at this chart, so it's literally just going to take me a while, but it doesn't usually. So swing high to swing low. I'm guessing that's the highest point of the year. Please let me know, Terry, the chart with the most data. Is this the one with the most data? Mexi's chart. Usually when Mexi lists something, everything dumps. So it might not be the first chart. Please let me know in the comment section below if there's a Casper chart with a different exchange that has more data. Otherwise, I'm going to go off this for now because I don't know how long Casper's been around. But yeah, going back to the day, look, okay, starting on the weekly time frame, on the Mexi chart, we can see that price is above the 20 and the 12 moving average. This would signal that price is in technically a bull market. Yeah, okay, Mexi chart is good. Cool, we'll continue this. Yeah, technically on the weekly time frame, a bull market. Worst case, well, not worst case, but a scenario that could happen right now. You can see a lot of support in this area. We are currently there. Wicks going all the way down to 2146. So I'll mark that out. 21. That's another thing. Like you can hover over a candle, and then you can on the Mac, I press command, but for you guys it's control, and whatever trend line. So trend line, I can do that, and then I hold command. For you guys, you hold control, and you can just hover as high as you want, and you click, and then you go there and you hover again, and you click, and you can do this, extend right. That's cool, isn't it? And then you can do the same thing with parallel channel. Hover over it, control click. It's basically giving you the exact price point. So you look, I put it on the exact price point, and look at that, the 1 fib level on the exact top. If you hover over this candle and read out here, high, hover over it, 42750. So we got the fib exactly, we got this level exactly, and just extend it into the future here. And then look, we can drag this down, get some more touches like that. So this is the weekly time frame. So we can see what was previously rejecting as resistance over here. We still are rejecting it as resistance, clearly. But while we're now within it, we're holding the lower band as support. Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, I will do this more often for sure. So yeah, technically in a bull market, like let's say now, if it actually fails to hold this area. Oh yeah, I said I was going to mark this out for you as well. So right there. And then as you can see, we've got the 0.5 there. I'm going to also add... wait, why is that not working, that indicator? But yeah, so I'm gonna add that special fib. Oh, look at that. So see, I pulled it out my ass. Oh, I keep swearing. Oh, I hope this don't get demonetized, but hey ho. So there you go, look at that, completely out my bum, the 0.52 fib. Add it into your chart. Don't tell the other Louis Crypto subscribers, only meant to be for students. But now we can go from here to there, and we've got this support drawn out. Maybe get it a little bit higher so it actually touches it, but we came down into that area. This is currently our support, and as we were explaining over, if you were here when we were covering Beat Pro, we were essentially saying the most vital thing over here is that this was support was lost, support flipped into resistance, came down, held the key moving average. Remember, I said while above these moving averages, technically speaking, because this is above the moving averages on the weekly time frame, we have to say that this is a bull market technically. So price came into it as resistance, as well as this as resistance, looking for a rejection, bearish retest to continue lower, to fill in this wick over here. It didn't happen. Why? Because we were above the moving averages. Although we did the bearish retest expecting this, came into the key moving average on the weekly. We will zoom in, but this is the weekly time frame, and then of course start to head back up over here. So this is still the support. Any dumps to this area between the 20 weekly and the 22909 is a great long-term buy. Long-term. Don't expect any buys to go up today, tomorrow, 1 month, 2 months. It's for 2 years in the future, 1 to 2 years. So yeah, because yeah, this was the support that was lost and now reclaimed, it needs to be confirmed as support again. And we're within this resistance area, holding as support, as well as holding those Fibonacci's and this key support over here. So again, Terry, it's just looking great, honestly. Bearing in mind, Bitcoin doesn't screw us over, of course. It's looking good. And then now we go to the daily time frame. It's pretty much just saying those exact same things again. If we go back to the weekly, we were saying support, lost it. Now we need to reclaim it and hold its support. So if we were to do that, where we hold this support and start to go up, going to the daily time frame, what does this become? Shoulder, head, shoulder, inverse head and shoulders pattern. Do you see that? If not, Specsavers. But yeah, retested these key areas of resistance, performed the M pattern that we're still yet to invalidate. So it's valid. We need to invalidate it. We've come down to test the move. Yeah, to be honest, as long as this all holds, we're looking for that bullish breakout. So look at this Fibonacci here for a final break. No, I'm not going to use that, because just slightly above right there, that's where we want to break. I'm going to draw it as an area. So we want body candle closes above both these, like, yeah, through it essentially. Once you're through there, so accumulating now, hoping that it breaks past this to then head to the 786, in which by then most likely return and then go. And so yeah, this all becomes an inverse head and shoulders for Casper. Any other cryptos, guys? Any other cryptos? We looked at HBAR already. We looked at Beat Pro. We looked at Quant, Bitcoin, Casper. If you just tuned in now, just go back and watch those. You can just, like, yeah, fast back, back. Don't even know the word for it. Go backwards. But yeah, other than that, if there's no requests, someone asked for Reef. I don't even know if they're still here, man. Who asked for Reef? Eric the Red. Is Eric the Red still here? If so, I'll do Reef. Otherwise, I'm not doing Reef. Can you do Casper? Done that. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, okay. We'll do VeChain then, because there's no requests. So, oh, yeah, Trias. We'll get into VeChain in a second. Root. Never heard of Root. Root protocol. Well, let me search it here first. Root protocol. 437 million market cap. Volume. It could be higher. You want this to be like 10%. Yeah, we'll look at Gala in a second. Yeah, you want AK-47. You want this to be higher, to be honest, mate. Stop spamming as well. I'm gonna fucking kick you. Oh, I keep swearing. Yeah, we're looking at your precious Root, mate. But yeah, here the volume that needs to be like 10% really. Where is this even on? It's only on KuCoin. Is it on more? BitGet, Mexi, fair enough. Bing X, okay, that's fine. Certic, fine. Polygon Chain. Let's look at the. Yeah, if this was only on KuCoin, I'd be worried, just like Trias at the moment. I know it's such a good project, but with KYC, America not going to be able to use it. It's quite scary, but Root. Oh, gosh, guys. Okay, let me know if this is the correct Root chart. I doubt it is. There's too many wicks. Yeah, the Mexi. I'm going to have to use Mexi. But notice, yeah. Okay, Eric, sorry, I will look at it straight after. It'll be very brief on this because you can see nothing's going on, it's ranging. So it's just looking to retest these key highs over here. But essentially, anything, if you're on Mexi, anything that is getting listed on Mexi is like a top out signal. You can see instantly over here as well. It got listed on Mexi. What happened directly after topping out signal? It went down. Look at this dump from this price. I guess initially you had a crazy bounce. That would have been the same day anyway. Like it would have been pumping before, and then it just carried on the pump same day of. But then you can see the weeks following, if you bought that Mexi listing, you would have been down 62%. This is with anything in general, with anything, any meme coins, anything. If it gets listed on an exchange, it's most likely that is the top, like short-term top, but you can see how long it's taken to get back up there. It's not yet back up there, is it? So it's not a crypto that I'd be looking. I guess you can trade this, but it's not one I'm going to invest in just because I'm covering right now. I'm just covering it because someone asked for it. From the high to the low, you can see how long have we been ranging here for literally 1 year in the same price. It's not good. But over here we can see the, technically speaking, reversal wave has been created. Let me use my secret fibs. That's a market cipher. So yeah, okay, look at that, 6.5 on $3. So that is my most important level going forward for root, whatever it's called. It says router, but anyway, root, $3 exactly. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. $3 exactly. Did you test it today? Oh, look at that. So yeah, psychological level, previous resistance, now support, double bottom breakout, one bottom neckline, second bottom breakout, or ascending triangle. We're essentially coming back to this high over here, which again you've tested, so that's actually completed. So that's why we're getting wick rejecting. When we're coming back, so as we came down, we're trying to come back. I always look at that as the target, highest body. Look at that exactly, not highest wick. You mark out highest wick because you want to break above that. But if we're coming back to something, you're coming back to that. And then drag it to the left and you see, look, it was also tapping that. So that is why you always tend to see me drawing areas of support or areas of resistance. Just like now, we have that $3 psychological level, but it's slightly above the 618 fib. So it would make sense to make a box from this point down to the 618 fib. So this is the range that you're in, AK47. You're range low. So a great place to DCA would be here. If this is lost, the 200 EMA right here. Okay, so for root, this is the DCA here. If that's lost, this is the DCA here. Worst case, boom, 0.5 fib. Reason why I say there, worst case. I say worst case, but worst case for the bullish case. Like if you want this to still be bullish, this is the lowest you want to come down before continuing bullish. But it's obviously not worst case. Worst case is just continuing low and low and low, of course. But worst case for the bullish people is, yeah, you want to hold the 200, but just like here, you lost it and reclaimed it. This area over here, the 0.5 fib would be the support. Let me just check where that other secret fib is. It's probably right there. Yeah, it's exactly right there. So I'll even draw a box over here. See, it makes it a lot easier when you use this Fibonacci area. So if you want me to teach you in depth about everything in general, then just private message me on my Twitter, and we'll get into that. Because I had actually someone over here. The links you need are in the description. Click the buy me a beer, and this is the website. You can actually see other people taking action, so you know I'm not a scammer and whatnot. But if you're watching me now, you know I'm not. But anyway, this is where you see other people taking action, whether that's the mentorship, full plan, joining the Discord community, taking action on the course. What's the word? Supporting me as a creator through this over here. That was for my birthday. More courses being sold, TA on any crypto, so that would be here. If you want me to analyze any, like do YouTube videos on any cryptos, you can request through there. Otherwise in the live stream, luckily enough for you guys, you can get it for free, unless like we're busy, like in the future, let's say we're analyzing certain coins and there's so many to go through, maybe I won't be able to actually do your request in the chat. But if you send in a super chat, and if you want to send a super chat, of course that would help the channel as well. But yeah, if you want to send super chats with crypto requests, if like in the future live streams I'm not able to get around to them, a super chat will bring that straight up in the priority list, and I'll do it straight away then and there. But for now, it's fine. I'm here. I'm bored. I'm just analyzing any charts out here for you guys. But yeah, this is where you can see other people. Today we had Mish over here today taking action on the half plan. She's yet to message me. If you're watching, Mish, I send you an email. Please do get back to me and add me on Discord. So yeah, that was it for root. Again, we've drawn out all those DCA levels here if all of these are lost. So initially here, DCA, if that's lost, here. If that's lost, here. That is the furthest down you're allowed to go to keep it bullish. Lose that, well, I guess that's there, but let's just use Fibonacci's because that fib is already below the 200 EMA, so technically this could happen. So yeah, I would look for this level, and this level. This is the daily time frame, so get that 200 EMA on your chart, AK47. Other than that, we'll move on to Reef. Let me know the Reef chart with the most data. Oh gosh, I'll go on this. If there's crazy wicks, it's not this one. Reef. No, I swear Reef has been around since 2021, so this is not right. Is there a Binance one? Oh my lord! How is that? Oh my gosh, bruv. Useless people. Why even allow that on TradingView? So no, I guess that is all we've got, Eric. Eric the Red. This is the highest point I've got, mate. I guess it's the top anyway in November 2021, unless the first top was high and this was a lower high like V-Chain, Chainlink. Yeah, AK47. Sorry, if I'm going silent, I'm reading something. Great stuff. Thanks, bud. Please do more live. 100%. I feel like I'm more comfortable doing it like this. It's way more laid back. You know, when I'm doing my YouTube videos, that's a different person, mate. That is a completely different person. As soon as I click record, it's like, boom, robot. Like, I don't know how, but I just changed. This is way more laid back. I much prefer this. And I can just waffle for it. We can waffle for as long as we want. We can stay here for as long as we want. People leave, people come. It's completely fine. I'm happy. You guys can flick through this as much as you want once the video is done, or go back and check out all those other cryptos which we covered already. Casper, Root, HBAR, B-Pro, Quant, Bitcoin, and then Reef now. And then after that, V-Chain. Gala. No, after this, Gala, then V-Chain. And then, yeah, if there's anything else. But yeah, Reef, bull market high. Bear market bottom. That is disgusting. Sorry, mate. Sorry, Eric. That is disgusting. New lows in June. I really should have held this low over here. So this was our lowest point in December. So this was setting up pretty much like what V-Chain was doing. So this was the December low. We had this higher low, which created a descending triangle. You can see the M pattern, or head and shoulders, whatever you want to call it. And I was suggesting that on the loss of this, we're going to come back down to test this low. We go back to Reef right now. That would have been this low. And then, yeah, we can see the M pattern. Yeah, we lost that low. That's not good at all. So I'm going to have to, again, go from this point to that point with my fibs. Okay, Eric. One good thing now. I found one good thing for you. So, the positive, if there is any, is that it's exhausted to the downside, at least in the short term, because right now it's going up very nicely, but it could be bearish retests of key areas of resistance. We're not through the 55 daily either. So that's something that we need to tackle. It's going to be a resistance in the way. Glyph. Well, most things are doing bearish retests, so I guess you can trade them. But enough of Glyph. But going back for Eric, we bounced off the 1618. So looking to head all the way up to the 1 fib level. What's in the way at the moment is this golden moving average, the 55 EMA. Break through this, we're going to instantly pump like a magnet to here. So already, for example, right now, as this is resistance, let's not get it twisted. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back to the 1414 for Reef. Again, I'm not invested in Reef. I'm making this for Eric, just like Root. Come back down into this area. So keep going up, come back down into this area, and then lift off. Into the 1 fib level. This is resistance. You can see here. You can see resistance here. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. As Adam would say, or Glyph in the chat, with his order blocks. So that should get tested again. The 1 fib level over here. So that's a bit wrong. Yeah, Adam with his order blocks. So he would say this is going to get tested at some point. I would say I know that anyway, bro, without order blocks, because 1 fib level. So essentially that would be Eric the Green, man. Eric the Red, Eric the Green. He's Eric the Red, mate, because look at this bloody chart. He's in a lot of red. Oh, gosh. I remember when KSI was like, oh yeah, Reef is the next big thing. If you follow KSI crypto back in 2021, that was fucking funny. I keep swearing. Oh my gosh. I'm definitely demonetized by now. But yeah, want this area to hold. Then we're getting pulled like a magnet to the 1 fib level. Maybe reject, turn these moving averages into support, bullish cross, whatever, and then you get pulled to like a magnet into the golden pocket over here. So eventually, and there's going to be loads of dips along the way, like here and potentially here, and along the way is going to be dips, and don't know how long it's going to take. I'll always put my hand up and be the first to tell you, and there's no time limits on things. Anyone telling you this is going to happen on this date, just forget about that person. Just completely cut them off. It's all BS. There's no way of finding out what price will be on this date. I guess you can have a rough idea for like a bull market target, and the bull market is in that year, but there's no date to it. It's not like, oh, December number 23 at 4:30 p.m. it's going to hit 39,000 or whatever nonsense. So the expected path is what I've just shown, that eventually it should get up to here. Bearing in mind, Bitcoin doesn't poo itself. You hold all those levels that I showed you, like here, for example, breaking the 55, holding that as support, making the 20 and the 55 bullish cross, run into the 1 fib level, get rejected, hold that bullish cross, break through, hit the 786, hold the 1 fib, and then eventually to the golden pocket. So essentially, guys, eventually, it should get up to the golden pocket. No, oh, look, oh gosh, here we go. We've got people in the chat calling the bull market top. So write it down. It's not from me, it's from Glyph, who's one of my students in the community. Adam, sorry, I baited, no privacy here. I just baited your whole government name. But he's saying November 15th, 2025 is the top. Fyro. Oh, Jarvis, Fyro. You know the Fyro guy, he sent me t-shirts, like Fyro t-shirt, that's quite funny, but Fyro is a long forgotten crypto, my brother Jarvis, unfortunately. But yeah, man, it's just, the only reason why I made videos on that, in fact, it's actually what started my YouTube channel making Fyro videos, because CoinsKid was like, oh, this is the next big thing, you know, it's going to go to $100 plus. I think it was like 20 something dollars. He was like, you know, just wait for it to come down to about 15 and you can buy back in. It just went boom to $1. And then I was like, let me make videos on this, because so many people, when's the next Fyro video under CoinsKid thinks so. I was like, oh, found a niche in the market, whatever, found a gap in the market. People asking for this video. No one's making this video. That's how I started my channel. But yeah, moving on from Reef now. Yeah, essentially, eventually should get up into there as long as that path is held 48 to 60%. Gala Games. Louis is live. Yes, HSBC, Santander, Barclays. Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you. You're always commenting on my videos. Glyph, you're always watching and you're never commenting or liking. Snake, and you're in the chat. Gala, low to the high, retraced all the way to the 786. Is there support here? No, but on other cryptos there were. Okay, so you see the support right here is vital to reclaim this. So right now I've got this ascending triangle double bottom, looking to break out and meet these targets. So essentially break through this, we're going into here. That is the target. So we could trade this on the, that 55 is in the way, but if we ignore moving averages, looking at price action itself. Welcome Beta Laugh Comedy. We don't do live streams often, but we're going to do them more often. It's easier than making 20 videos a day and editing 20 videos and doing 20 thumbnails and doing 20 titles. So we do this instead. So make sure if you to subscribe if you haven't already, if you're new around here, like my Jigger Beta Laugh. Otherwise, yeah, like the video if you haven't already. So yeah, 786. Looking for well, last video update we were saying we're going to come down to here, weren't we? But we didn't get down there, but I think I had a head and shoulders pattern on the chart here. 4-hour head and shoulders over here, came down, broke out and met the target. When we meet something's target, we usually tend to create a pattern in the opposite direction. Over here, ascending triangle, which we had a fake out, came back to the support and then looking to long again. So we have now broken out. We'll get targets for that in a second. Just from this point to this point. Oh, let me just change that. I was showing you guys that earlier. So yeah, scroll back the video if you want to check out HBAR, Beat Pro, HBAR, Beat Pro, Quant, Bitcoin. There were so many. Root, Casper, now Gala. So yeah, target would be the price of that wick, 2675. 2675. This is going to be a tiny pump, isn't it, from the breakout, because it's the 1 hour time frame. 6%, currently up 3%. Let me know if you took that. I didn't call it. I'm calling it now. It's already broken out, but let me know if you took that double bottom, if you saw that. If you can't see it, so you need to train yourself. You need to keep learning. Do so by staying true to the video. If you want to 10x your learning curve, then message me. Otherwise, just keep watching these video updates. There's more than enough information here. If you're serious, you need something that gives you all the information in one place, then message me. Otherwise, yeah, keep watching this. So we saw that little ascending triangle right over here, didn't we? But there's a larger one using that same uptrending line and this resistance being the 618. Looking at price action, no moving averages here. Look, waiting for this to be broken and come back into this previous resistance, which is the 0.5 to 0.52, around 3 cents. So let's just use 3 cents psychological level. You can see as I extend this previous support over here, this is something that's going to be retested into the future. So maybe something like this, and then come back down, looking to DCA here. So where we are right now, personally, for me, not you, for me, I would be DCAing here. Just like I'm waiting for Quant to drop like $2, isn't it? Quant is now, oh, it's getting there, it's getting there. Come on, Quant. What's Bitcoin saying? Bitcoin's still 31K. So yeah, need to flip this area back into support. Right now it's resistance. That's what we're waiting for. The breakout of the ascending triangle, meet the target, and then come back to this previous support and confirm it right there. Looking for the reclaim of this descending triangle support. Can you see the descending triangle? Trying to invalidate that. Yet to be invalid, yet to invalidate this target. Still potential for bearish retest to continue lower. We need price to reclaim all those levels, flip them in support, and head higher for Gala. Anything else? Sorry, any other cryptos that you want in the chart? In the chat? Are there any cryptos in the chat? Have we looked at? No, we haven't looked at TRIAS. Yes. So Adam, you said if you're still here, you were saying trades. I don't know if you can short TRIAS, but in the group call that you were in the chat on the weekend, just before you joined me and Vinny, we're talking about TRIAS somewhere up here. Let me go to the daily just so I know exactly where we were on Saturday over here. So yeah, what I was saying was that we're most likely going to come back to this previous resistance, now support, which we've done. Very nice to see that we've called down the channel, it's done. However, the next step that I was saying in the group call was that then we come up into resistance, all the way up into here at most. Let me mark it out. There we go. Oh, sexy psychological level. The reason it is because it's 50 or 000 and things like this, or even if, yeah, just ending in 0, these faint lines in the background, yeah, psychological levels, whether it's $4 on the dot or $4.50, yeah, it's just whatever, yeah. So in this case, it's $4.50, isn't it? So we've held this as support, which is what we were talking about in the Discord community in the videos. Come down to there, then expect to pump into this area, max up to here before looking for a rollover. So this is what I want. Not that it's going to happen. This is what I want to DCA TRIAS lower, because my expectation is we can see there's a rising wedge over here that we've now broken out of. Come into a horizontal resistance now as support, and that's why we're getting this initial bounce. I'm hoping that it's a bearish retest in this area. You can have wicks going through, so I'll even draw a box from this point to there, just so you know we need to hold this entire area. You can have wicks going through this line. I want bodies closing below it on the daily time frame. So even if we pump for the rest of the day now, guys, for the rest, remained 7 hours over here. If we pump for the remaining 7 hours over here, still until we break this high, yeah, let's make it even easier. So I know I marked this. We don't want to close above this. If we do not break this high, this expected path, well, the path that I want will happen while beneath this high. So don't break above this, we're going lower. But I'm more focused on this area. I don't want daily close above this. If it does happen where we do daily close above this wick, then this becomes a resistance. If we daily close above both, then we're no longer going down. I would believe that we're coming to break above this. This becomes a double bottom pattern. This is a one bottom, second bottom. You can you can say it's that I'll just draw support over there. You can see that price is ranging between the 2 points. This is horizontal, this is ascending. So again, another ascending triangle potentially. So this actually, after breaking out of this bearish pattern to the downside, target back down to here, which is where eventually if this all plays out as I expect, like as we called this downfall over here, this pump over here as well, I hope that it holds as resistance and we come down and meet this target. This would be back down to another support of a larger falling wedge, which technically speaking is asking for a target down here. There's support here in the meantime as well. So we need to be careful, because if this happens, look, this is $4 over here, psychological level, could come into there, flip it into resistance. This becomes a head and shoulders, and then lose this support. You come into there, bearish retest of the neckline and go even lower to the rising wedge. So we need to be aware that if this is appearing on TRIAS, it's not just TRIAS. It might be clear on TRIAS. It might not be clear on other cryptos, but if this happens here, it happens across all cryptos. I'm not saying TRIAS is like Bitcoin, everything follows TRIAS, but if there are charts where it's like so clearly potentially bearish and it does play out, then even if it wasn't that clear on other charts, it's most likely still going to happen. This is just something I've recognized over the years and years and years and whatnot of doing it. But yeah, 20 likes, guys. Let's bump up those likes. There's constantly people coming in, coming out, but the likes aren't increasing. So if you haven't already, if you want to say something in the comment section, even if it's just just comment in the comment section, whether that's charts that you want to look at, or give thanks, or support the channel, send in a super thanks or super chat or whatever it is. You do you, guys. But yeah, it would be lovely if you sent in chart requests, because I think we're running out of charts. But yeah, so we were talking about that expected bearish path, but when we were analyzing it further, we found that potential bullish path. So sorry, that line, I don't know why I was wrong at first. So it's just dragged out a little bit. So yeah, you can still come into this area for that bearish retest of resistance and then continue lower. There's the other scenario. While we were analyzing all that bearishness, we found that there is some support over here, which is that potential ascending triangle, double bottom. So this could be the case. I would really need to see a close above this area, and then I'll have the utmost confidence that we've gone ahead and invalidated this double rising wedge. Because there are two, I'm more inclined to be on the bearish side, guys. Reason being, we saw this over on Bitcoin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click the link, links in the description. It's going to bring me over to here. You can private message me on my Twitter or click these other links, but we're heading over to my Twitter. Make sure you're following me. It's Louis_crypto. It's the only tick. So it's going to take me a while, but we're going to find it. We're going to find it for you. Bitcoin. We're looking for that double falling wedge that I called over here on Twitter, and it made me double bullish. So because we're seeing that on TRIAS, could mean double bearish. So yeah, well, that was the double falling wedge, but that was not the post. No, where is the actual? Sorry, guys. Here we go. Finally, I was about to swear again. So yeah, Bitcoin falling wedge, inner falling wedge, double bullish. So this broke out, and we're now up at 31k right now, all the way up here. So that's because of two falling wedges. And now over on TRIAS, we've got two rising wedges. So although very short term, we're holding this neckline over here, I guess you can say it's a potential head and shoulders forming. Although the bulls out here would be praying that it is an ascending triangle / double bottom pattern formation over here. So what we now need to do is hold that neckline I drew, break out of $4.50 and 65, and then break out the neckline, flip into support, and then we got targets to the upside, which will probably be around $5.50 over here. And that's how we invalidate this double bearish rising wedge. But at the moment, guys, technically speaking, price should eventually come down to here if we don't break past 450, 465. This is just a bearish retest to come down into here. Again, this is support, but as you've already bounced from here, it's probably going to get weaker. And then yeah, looking for all these levels to be tested essentially. At any moment we can bounce. I will further update you guys, But that's it for the TRIAS right now. There's not much more to say unless you want to call me up on anything that I missed. If I miss anything, tell me. It's very easy to miss something. Let's look at B Pro. B Pro's pumping again. Pepe's pumping loads as well. My Pepe's in profit again, finally. But let me get those moving averages on. I forgot about them totally. So yeah, Pepe over here, swing high, swing low, bull market top, bear market bottom, let's say, because that was pretty much got wrecked like a bear market. 82% minus. That's like what Bitcoin does in in previous markets. Didn't do it this time around, I don't think, but we can see that it reclaimed the key level. Look at this resistance. So this was initially our top right over here, one of our all-time highs. Then we start to come down. People getting scared. Oh, it's going to zero. This, it's meme coins are done for 2 days, 3 days, and then we continued. So that was a bull market. That was an all-time high at some point. So we want to be seeing that in turn into support, which we saw right over here. So all we need to do is continue, break through this gold area and continue to the high and look for new price targets higher. It just wasn't the case. We came into the golden area, used it as resistance, which is the golden pocket, and continued lower. So failing to hold the all-time high here as support, and that's not good. So we're looking to continue lower and fill in this wick over here. And where did we go to? Filled in that wick. So we traded between the range. This should have held a support. If that swing high is lost, you go to the swing low below. And then we can just draw a line across this over here. So we can see that was held 8300. So that was our bottom. And from that point, we've of course started this rally. We saw this initial rally. Everyone started to go crazy. Then it started dying off, but we failed to lose the moving averages. So this is what if you're seeing this on other charts, then look what's happening with Pepe. We've come into the newly formed bullish cross, held it as support, looking for that continuation, breaking out over here. So this is something that I would mark out as well. So what we need to see is today in 6 hours, 58 minutes, is this daily candle closing above 17835. As if it fails to do so, potential double top, what I would think is that it would come back to retest this. So a good area to DCA. Ugh, I'm not going to say anything actually. It's Pepe, isn't it? So I'm going to look to DCA over here on the 382 fib that you get from this point to this point. It is 15805. I'm looking for this area to be retested. And then, yeah. Louis, could you do GFAL? Games for a living. Amazing team. I'm confused. Rewrite that, Terry. Sorry. Yeah, so bullish crossover here, signaling Pepe is in a bull market, technically. And what is very nice, as we were talking about this previous all-time high and how it should have held a support, which it was, but we need to break through this gold area. We used it as resistance and rolled through. You're now starting to see an inverse head and shoulders over here, guys. That's a very, very bullish and bottoming out pattern. A lot of bear market lows, and this was one for meme coins specifically. A lot of bear market lows, as we can see in the past. Well, you have to go and see in the past, but a lot of bear market lows are double bottoms or inverse head and shoulders, and we got a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. The reason why I'm calling this an inverse head and shoulder is because I don't even look at it like that, but it is that pattern, and that's the pattern that everyone recognizes, and so I'm going to say that. But how I view it is, this was once an all-time high, which everyone would have said is going to zero from, and it didn't go to zero. So we found key levels of support on this previous wick resistance, and then we continued. Great, but what I'm focused on is this being the high and this being the low. So this is a support, this is a resistance. If we ever come down to it, it has to act as support for bullish continuation. Otherwise, you get a nasty correction to the lower end, swing low. You form a swing high, you make a new swing high, you use the old swing high as a swing low for continuation. If that does not hold as a swing low, you go to the swing low below. That is how I was taught it, that's how I teach it. Obviously, I do it a lot slower. but essentially, even though I'm calling it out as a head and shoulders, and it is inverse head and shoulders, I'm seeing it as a previous all-time high was lost as support and now reclaimed and confirmed as support, which is super duper bullish. Not only this, we're looking for more information. We're looking for more confidence. I need more confidence in my own analysis. What are the moving averages saying? Moving averages are saying it's just formed a daily bullish cross. In fact, This is the first ever. So if it fails, it's probably going to zero. But it's not going to zero because this is the first ever bullish cross. I'm not expecting it to fail. If it does, that is hilarious. That means we want to come down back to here. It doesn't mean that it will, but it would try to come back down to this massive area over here. If this bullish cross now runs into here and then we lose it, that's what we'll try to do. So I'm hoping and praying for you and me, because I'm invested in Pepe, that it doesn't happen. But yeah, what we need to see to be super duper 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 bullish already, we are, because a previous all-time high was support, was lost, reclaimed, confirmed support with bullish crosses there. There's never appeared before. Super duper bullish. So essentially from this point, we're looking for a break and the reversal wave to be created to retrace back to the 1 fib level, which from current price today would be a move of 155%. Looking at further bull market targets, not bull market targets, as in not the bull market targets 2 years away, but in these next months or a year or so, whenever we do start to break out. There's no time scale on it, but not 2 years into the future. 300%, 400%, and 600% move. So there's a lot of money to be made with Pepe, even though it did actually top out at about 1.6 billion. A lot of people got triggered because it got to Quant's market cap that day. And I was like, Quant equals Pepe. And people were going schizophrenic. I swear, the Quant cult is nuts sometimes. It's so funny at the same time. But yeah, that's the Pepe analysis. Let's go over to the VeChain analysis. VeChain, as usual, is bullish. Let me see if there's some VeChain news. Oh, that is not going to help, is it? VeChain. VeChain over here. I guess we could go through Twitter as well. I hate these stupid things. Hate seeing posts like that. One of my 6,000. For you guys, if you've not got a blue tick, you only got 600 posts apparently. Look at this guy's post. So for VeChain, look at that. Look at that. It's penetrating through. So yeah, let's go on our VeChain chart over here. Wow, guys. Wow, guys. Wow, wow, wow. That is major news. I'm going to get rid of that for now. We'll add it back in a second. But yeah, where did he put it? Yeah, on that one. So he's avoiding that, to be honest. Yeah, fair enough. Is he putting it on the wick? No, he's going through the body, but he's not grabbing this. That's a fake out. I'd go through these points. Like this, guys. Yeah, that's what I would do. You can do it like that guy over here. That's totally fine. You're waiting for that to break out. But I want more touches. So I'm going to go over here, touching these points, this point. I know there's some of you saying, Louis, that ain't touching. It's touching, mate, okay? It's touching for me. All it needs to show you is that there is resistance there. If you want to argue, I'll go ahead and put a parallel channel for you. So it's touching now, yeah? But yeah, we can see that this was resistance. We're now looking to break out of a multi-year, not multi-month, multi-year downtrend. So what we're starting to see is very nice. Also, guys, you see how this was a lower low in the last weeks, where I was calling for this to be retested. And if Ivy, shut up. Sorry, my dog's under the desk. So very similar to the last bull market. This previous bear market. This previous bear market, if I get another VeChain chart, actually shows VeChain to have bottomed out with a lower low. Wow, that looks exactly the same. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Guys, you know what to do. I'm going to be buying some VeChain today. Yeah, obviously, do not expect it to go. I'm buying, and I'm getting excited like that because I'm thinking about me in 2 years when we're above that, and I'm looking back and I'm like, I wish I bought down at 2 cents. That's why I'm excited, okay? Not expecting it to go up 100% in the next month. Not expecting it to go 50% in the next days or in 2 months. For 1.5 to 2 years is why I'm buying now. I don't care about short term. It could go down 50% on me. I don't care, guys. It's not why I'm buying it today. I'm buying it because I'm seeing similar structure to this, with this being the last lower low bottom, and we got that right now over here, looking for that V-shaped recovery with all that bullish news that we're getting at the moment. Look at that, guys. V-shaped recovery at the moment. Reclaimed previous support. Now hoping to hold it as support again. Form an inverse head and shoulders, something that we're seeing across everything. This is not the V-chain chart that we use. It's an old one. But yeah, over here, the one that we drew out today, we can see is also breaking out of a multi-year downtrend. Yes, we've had fake outs in the past, so need to be aware of that, but we know where needs to hold a support. We just said on the other V-chain chart, this area over here. Look where that is on the outside. So even if we dump down into there and consolidate for a while, that's totally fine. The expectation is while we have reclaimed this low at 177, this is the support. Any dumps into in and around that area should be bought up. So really now, yeah, we can dump, but it's bullish technically, guys. And we're looking at, we haven't done any bull market targets today, but maybe we do that in another live stream. But yeah, V-chain, so like 50 cent plus. And look at that, guys, right now. 10x is 20 cent. The high is 30 cent. So I sold my V-chain at 22 cent. I was about to swear again. I got very lucky, guys. I sold all the way up here. There was a triple top or something. I think it was double top or triple top back in the day. This is so long ago now. Yeah, triple top 1, 2, 3 came down. As we started to creep back up, I sold pretty much somewhere at the 22 cent area. Forgotten exactly where. Somewhere either here, or as it's coming down 22. It was exactly 22 cent, and my entry was between 1 to 2 cent. I started entering between here and here, as in like this price range. I bought from here to here, and I sold up here. So that was all in my Discord community. Obviously, you're gonna have to be in the chat for that amount of months. Look, it took from November to May, the direct next year. So pretty much like, yeah, around 9 months. So if you, that is what we do in the chat. When the bull market's here, of course, it's popping off. And everyone's making gains daily just from investments. We also trade those opportunities. Any dips we'll look to trade as well. I also do a separate style called investment trading. So we have 3 pots of money: leverage, investment, and a separate pot called investment trading. It's like spot trading, and you don't actually have a stop loss because you know you're in a bull market, so you know eventually go up. But when it does hit your targets, you do sell. But you don't sell when it goes down because you're in a bull market. You know it goes back up, and when it does meet the target, you do sell. So that's something that I do teach as well. If you want to hear more about that, just private message me. I've just got an alert from Mexi. 1 second, guys. What's Mexi saying? Absolute rubbish. It's just like bonus stuff. I hate those notifications. So that's V-chain. G-Foul. Never heard of it, mate. Never heard of it. Is it like Nakamoto? Let me check Naka again. 34 million. Shush, lucky. I've got my cat meowing. I've got my dog snoring. Oh, gosh. G-Foul. Never heard of this. Games for a living. Binance. Nice. Hacken. Okay. Let's go on the website. Never heard of this. What's the market cap again? 10 million. Okay. Thank you, Terry. That's what we like. 10 million. Shaping the future of gaming. Gas. And where are the partnerships at? Oh, Samsung Galaxy. No way. That's so cool. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see. Come on. Kronos, as in... No, not Crow. I don't know any of these, to be honest, mate. And guys. No, I don't know any. No. Yeah, but we'll look at the chart anyway. Can't find partner. Those are the partnerships, I guess. Let me go to the chart now. I'm guessing Mexi has the most data. No. So here we are. Oh, hey, gaps. No, we're going to have to use Mexi. Here we go. from the high to the low. Over here, we've got this resistance at the moment at 786 fib. So you've created the reversal wave, met the 786 fib as resistance, even tapped the 1, great. You just need to break above that, and you're looking at these as your targets. So you come back down to key levels of support, ignoring the moving averages. We created the reversal wave, so by breaking through these gold lines. So we need to hold those gold lines as support. We see that, and then we also see the moving averages there as well. So very bullish things. Going forward, I need to maintain this area. So you see how this is rejecting right now at this resistance. You need, if we do come down again, you need to hold that 20 moving average. Lose that, you're coming down to that wick, okay? In this case, I guess you can come down to that even though it's below the 0.5, because the 55 would be there. So we're always using everything rather than just solely focus on just one indicator. So yeah, the reversal wave has been created. You are allowed to, can afford to come down to the 55, looking to break the 1 fib level and target these areas. What I would say though is that what I've been noticing a lot recently is things topping out past this, but before this, somewhere in the middle. So if you're looking for targets, this is not a bull market target. This is once it breaks the high, that is the target. So from current price, this would be a 42. I'm gonna go to halfway just in case, guys. 50% move. So 264, 264, 264 for GFAL. I don't know what it games for a living, which is a gaming crypto mentioned by Terry. You can look at the website if you want. Not much info. But yeah, here you go. Well, this is from the website, so yeah, you can just read it through this. So what makes it unique compared to like Gala Games and Nakamoto Games? Games for a Living offers a unique approach to Web3 gaming by resolving current issues by focusing on quality, accessibility, and reach. They develop games with Web3 features, oh my gosh, tongue twist, that provide frictionless access, usability, and free-to-play cross-platform and localized gaming experiences. They leverage blockchain technology to enable enhanced experiences, verifiable proof of ownership, okay, that's quite cool, and asset trading and create, yeah, so let's just check the other market cap. So yeah, if you're in Gala's like a lot of people argue, oh, Gala's way too high for what it's actually doing. Like nearly 1 billion still in the bear market is, to be honest, quite crazy. And actually, I'm fine with it because the volume is at least 10%, so that's great as well. Let me go back to the other one. Yeah, I would like higher volume, but I guess you can say because it's sort of unknown. They don't really know, and it's up 60% today, so it was even worse yesterday. So yeah, we need this really jumping up. It's a bit too many in the circulation, but is it the same as Gala? It probably is anyway. How much does Gala have? 24 billion. Did not know that. Let me check Naka. So yeah, if you are someone here that's watching and where's the team, bro? I don't see the team. Oh, here we go. Walter White. Mr. White. My goodness. There's a lot of people here. Let's just click on a random one. No pictures. But yeah, no, that's actually mad though. There's a load of people on here. So yeah, that's quite cool then. If you are a person that's in Gala, that's definitely one to look up into. If you don't know about Naka, that's also one. Pretty sure that's available on KuCoin and Mexi as well, yeah. So yeah, going back now, well, let's head over to my Twitter. Let's see if there's anything that I liked in the last day or so. Twitter reacts, so used to enjoy your video. I liked it as well. Always advertised since day one. Oh, didn't mean that. Oh, I can't transform. I just. If people want to learn, they can do so. I wish I had someone like that. So let's go through. Are there any? Yeah, let's go through Twitter. Full stop. So Justin Bieber bought this for 1.3 million. It's now worth 59,000. Oh gosh, yeah. Any of you involved in NFTs? I have some experience with NFTs. Remember that cat that I used to have as my profile picture? There was only one reason it was my profile picture, because it's a big waste of money, and I was like, I'm not accepting this waste of money. People are gonna know me by the cat. And I think, yeah, it was a few ETH as well. It was like 1 point something ETH, and the gas fees made it closer to like 1.5, 1.7. It was stupid, but I had loads of ETH at the time. I didn't care. I wasn't going to just buy a stupid NFT and then just me go homeless. It was money I could afford to lose at the time. Everything was popping off back then. I think it was like when Bitcoin was like 60 something thousand. So is there anything from Quant over here? Right from the horse's mouth. First of all, is this Telegram group chat? I didn't even know Quant had a Telegram group chat. Gilbert himself. Firstly, Overledger is powered by Quant. We have had testnet, then mainnet releases for every blockchain. I would like to ask anyone, so this is not out of my mouth, this is out of the dragon's mouth. He's breathing fire. I would like to ask anyone who can show us in code with an Overledger transaction number or hash of any Overledger transaction they have somehow sent on mainnets without using Quant. You have to buy a license fee in Quant tokens and have to pay in Quant. Yeah, so the argument is Quant ain't a crypto, so why is it under cryptocurrency? But anyway, the argument is Quant isn't a crypto, it's technology. And with that technology, everything's like interoperable between different chains. And that's like a crazy thing that we don't hear of often. I think, is it Chainlink that was trying to do something similar? But Chainlink's like dead. But anyway, yeah, one of the first to do it. And so with that, it's going to have first movers advantage if it's all implemented and put into place. And we see the partnerships that has Barclays, Bank of International Settlements. If you don't know what Bank of International Settlements is, you need to know. You know what a central bank is? It's the central bank of central banks. So we think that the banks are in control of the world. Nah, these guys are above the banks. They're the big bank. the I forgot the name. CIB. Central. Oh no, I just said it and I just forgot it. Bank of International Settlements, BIS. Sorry, yeah, BIS. And then we have Barclays, Amazon, MasterCard, Bank of England, Canada. So many, and they're all trialing and testing this. Who is that? No way. It's 6:30. Oh my god, guys. Hi Abby, I didn't realize the time. I'm still live streaming.
Amazon here.
Amazon came. See, I didn't even hear that, guys. Amazon came, I didn't hear it. Abby's come, I didn't realize the time. We've had over 144 views on this live stream. That's incredible. I can't believe that there's still 4 or 9 of you watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I think we will leave it there. Yeah, just if you're interested in learning anything or learning any of this, just hit those links in the description down below of any videos or this video. You just click the Twitter link, private message me here, or click the Buy Me a Beer link. If you want to continue to support me as a creator, you can do so through the Buy Me a Beer link, or you can actually send in super chats through the stream. It'd be lovely to see that coming through in the next days or so. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Honestly, it's crazy that you guys are even here in the first place. I always think about that, and it's crazy that I have students. Look how many students I have, guys. Go to the Discord real quick. I have officially taught 74, exclude Abs, that's my girlfriend, so 73, excluding me, so 13. It's crazy, guys. I've taught 86 people pretty much. 86 people. I've either done one-to-one mentorship with, or they've got my my course. And let me show you real quick. This is where you can see students profiting. Trade results over here. 18%, 62%. I'm going to show you a funny one as well. Someone losing money. So 62%. Look over here, just for you, Glyph. Like, I'm showing you this because Max is like, I wonder if Louis going to put that in his video. But it's not a common thing in the chat. Don't you worry. 164. Look, the same guy. Although he gave back his profit, at least he made some. Yeah. So this is what you see. These are not my calls. These are either. Look over here. Student trade ideas. People are putting in trades. Guys, the chat runs for itself. It's insane. So if you want to be part of a community like that, where people are posting trade ideas, look over here, Max putting in a trade idea. That is the Max I love. So it's just a community where we're all helping each other out. If there's any questions for me, I'm always replying. This is the priority over Twitter and YouTube, is to help all my students. So that's why I always recommend to become a student, so you have priority in anything. If you want chart requests, that's all done in here. I'm updating everyone daily here with chart updates or areas to DCA. Look over here, we said in the chat to DCA at 102. Quant was up a lot from that DCA call over here. You can see over here, look, 102, type in 102. Down over here, Quant 102 is a DCA on the 30th of June, 248. So 30th of June, if we go back to the chart, Quant QNT, oh no, it's right here. Sorry, that's Abby. Sorry. And then 1 hour time frame, and then what was the time? 2:48 on the 30th. Look over there, 2:48. Where were we? Oh, I have to go on a lower time frame. 15-minute time frame. Where were we at? 2:40. I think it already came back up a little bit. Yeah. So it already started to bounce. So in that 15-minute period, right when we were down there, I said 102 is a DCA level, and then look at that, guys. Come down a little bit. I'm hoping that that it hits my alert, which is over here, 108. That's where I'll DCA. If it doesn't, because this is currently a potential double bottom over here, then I've missed out on it. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing in the chat. I've got DCA levels in the chat. So for cryptos over here, for example, yeah, look at that long-term buy. This over here as well was an area to DCA. This is exactly where I posted that YouTube video, and I said for HBAR to rise up again. Look at the day over here, or just look at the candle, and then we go over to HBAR over here. So it's essentially HBAR going to that DCA zone that I called, and then you can see that was right down over there, and then we came back up. So yeah, that's, if you don't even have to be a trader, that's why I have these DCA levels. A lot of people in here are not traders, so we've got people we've got mad whales in here. We've got people in here with 2,000 quant tokens. It's not like a signals chat specifically, it's more just a community to help each other, but people are giving out signals. Of course, all my investors, I'm not going to click on that, guys, but you know, a lot of those cryptos that we covered today are great for the long term, but there's like 30, 40 cryptos in here. I'm not going to click it. It's for my students, unfortunately. Or if you just want to join the chat, you can get access to that, of course. Yeah, you get my videos out early, and yeah, constant questions for me. We'll review past trades as well. Yeah, and this is where you can see people profiting, yeah, making gains daily. So that's pretty much, you're seeing these gains that they've either shared their trade ideas in here, or they're just sharing their results. But again, guys, all of these people have been taught by me. Every single one of these 84 students of mine have been taught by me. Look at these insane gains. So similar things, if you want to see similar things, if you want to 10x your learning curve, look over here. So I do also, as you know, in my YouTube videos, there are trades, right? If you're not understanding that there are trades in my YouTube videos, there is a problem. And again, I know I've said it 1 gajillion times every day and in this, but you need to learn it. You need to learn. You need somewhere to learn it. I've created all these things. I put all these things in place because I didn't have any of this. That's what I died for. Unfortunately, I had none of that help. Even the mentor I learned from, I paid $2,000 just for 2 hours. And it wasn't even it, guys. It took me a long time. I wish from the very, very get-go, I just had a place where it was all put for me, a community where there's loving people in there. We're all talking to each other constantly in there, joking about, as you can see, of course. But yeah, I do post trades in the videos. If you're not getting them, you need to learn them. But yeah, here, all these people in here have the knowledge to understand. There's so much information in the videos that they can use that and place trades. So Max over here profited 170% from one of my calls, and Glyph over here was asking, where's the setup? And Max is like, it was literally in the video. Oh, a group. Okay, this one was a group update, so it might have been a chart, you know, maybe it was a DCA level, or maybe it was one of these charts where, yeah, we like, for example, here, this bull pennant that was a few days ago. Now we've extended this area, as I already updated you guys in today's video up there, as well as in this live stream. But yeah, it's active. If you want to be part of it, it's only £20 a month. If you do become a student, you get it free for 3 months, and then it's £10 a month. Even if you leave and you want to join back, it's £10 a month. This is for course students and mentorship students, which again, as you can see today, if we go on my Buy Me a Beer link, we had Mish over here actually taking action on 5 hours worth of one-to-one sessions. So this over here, she went to the bookings. The discount is now gone, unfortunately, guys. There will be one in the coming future. This is super duper cheap though. I paid £500 3 times. I paid $750 for one course. It was a scam. I paid $500 for one course. It was all right. I paid $400 for one course. It was all right. And I paid $350 for one course. And it was all right. But I've put everything in place that I've learned from all of them. There's over £10,000 worth of information. What I mean by that is that's the amount of money that I had to invest into education. That's the amount of money I put into signal services and tried and tested with loads of different signal services, and they just didn't work. And that's pretty much what it took me to get to the information I have today that I share in the course. But of course, the mentorship plan is the most up-to-date, most personalized. We're focused exactly to your needs, catering to your needs. And of course, let me just have a sip of water. Catering to your needs, and essentially we're not going to move on from a topic until you get it. But it wouldn't even matter anyway. Once your lessons are finished, you don't need to worry. Because yeah, you can maybe have 5 one-to-one sessions or 10 one-to-one sessions. It's more than enough. But you're also going to be able to fall back onto my course, because as you can see over here, it is included for free, as well as 3 months, 3 in the Discord community. I'll leave it there. I'm boring you guys now. I just want to make you aware of those things, because I just wish I had those things in place. And we did get a comment earlier today that was like, I loved your videos, but you're just, all you're talking about is courses and groups and, ads and all of this. But it's because I wish I had someone like that, pretty much. That's it from me today. Like, subscribe and comment.